Hello, you're watching the Luna Show, and right now I have a legend, an icon in the ball scene. I've known her since when I first came out into the scene in the 80s. Monica Continental, ladies and gentlemen, Xtravaganza. Hi, Monica.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing this evening? I hope you're all enjoying yourselves, having a wonderful weekend as well as I am.
You know, you're like really ballroom history for me because you're one of the first people I met. Can you tell me a little bit about your history in the scene?
Well, I came out when I was 14 years old. I was just a little boy learning how to be a woman in this, diverse world and, becoming a lady and stuff like that. And once I got the hang of it, I found who I was, and that's when I decided to become Monica. I just turned 40, so it's like amazing that I look back and I see all these young children, all the old people still around, certain people that are still around, all my brothers and sisters that are still here and they're still alive and healthy.
So I know that you were part of the House of Xtravaganza and Continental.
For many years, I was in Xtravaganza, and then I left for a brief moment, and I decided to open up the House of Continental because a lady Kateria, who was my second gay mother after Angie, she passed away. So in honor of her, I decided to open up the House of Continental. So that's how I became the mother of the House of Continental, because she was a big girl and I was a big girl, and that's how I decided to, in honor of her, open and, grace, the ballroom.
Have you ever done the Continental pageants as well? Or?
I've done the Continental pageants. I've done all kinds of beauty pageants. I've been in beauty pageants mostly all my life. I've done Continental. I've traveled to Bermuda. I've done different kind of pageants. But now I don't do pageants. All I do is I'm a showgirl. That's all I do now, and I do balls once in a blue moon.
So the balls, you started in the 80s or the 90s?
And I started when I was a young little child. I'm not gonna say when I did because I'll be dating myself.
Well, I've seen some ball clips of you walking in balls in 1992. So that just means that you have evolved and have become like this, monument in the ball scene, because you are an institution in the scene. Like I could tell you, I've seen you forever in the scene, and you are one of the first people I've met. And you're always very sweet to me and very kind, and Well, and you've been everywhere. So, what's Monica experience? What's your world like? What is it to be Monica?
I'm a person that I respect people around me, and I try to surround myself with positive people, even though back in the days I was always surrounded by so many negative people and so many negative things that would happen around me, like drugs and prostitution. I always try to keep myself as positive as I can. That's why I think that's why God gave me the chance to still be here and be healthy and happy with my life. I've always known a lot of my friends that are still around, and the ballroom has always respected me for the simple fact that I've always been a humble person, and I've always kept that. Even though the people say I'm an icon, I'm legendary, I'm a pillar of the gay community, whichever, and I respect that. And but I see myself as a normal, humble person that gets along and respects people in general. I've never been the type of person that to go fill my head up with oh, I'm too many things. No, that's not me. I'm a humble person. As long as they respect me, I respect them. You have to gain respect, and you have to give respect in order to gain respect. I've always learned that, and I thank that from my family, because I've always been backed up and had that from my family. I've learned that from my family.
And so, what is it that you like about the ballroom scene? What's your favorite thing?
I love it that when till this very day, which was not so long ago, they had the Legends Ball. And I truly walked in, and as soon as I just walked in just to sit down at the table, they just called me out. As soon as they saw me, they just called me and they said, Monica, Xtravaganza Continental, legendary face, legendary big girls runway. And I still love that to this very day, even though I don't go to ballrooms. But it makes me feel great that I'm still known and acknowledged. And I'm still known and acknowledged in the ballroom to this very day. And I appreciate that a lot. I really respect that a lot. And that makes me feel happy, And I'll continue to show up in the ballrooms as long as I'm still around.
Yeah. Well, because ballroom, it's really exciting, right? Like, it gives you...
Always.
It's everything we want.
It gives me that adrenaline rush. Then when I walk in, here I am. I'm still alive, children. Hello, how's everyone doing? And I'll continue to feel that way, always. Even now that I'm 40, I still
You
feel
look
the
wonderful
same.
for 40.
Thank you. I still
She
feel the
glows.
same.
Everybody, look. She's glowing. She's like the Marilyn Monroe of the ball
And let me
scene.
tell you something. I'm one of the girls that has never thought of doing any kind of plastic surgery because I believe in, you know, getting to your age gracefully and getting old gracefully. Maybe when I hit like 60, that's when I'll start doing plastic surgery. But for now,
But you don't
I
need
like
it.
looking. I
Your
like
skin is
looking the way I
beautiful.
look because I have not roamed wrinkled.
Yeah, look.
Thank God. Well,
She is
I'm
so
a Puerto
gorgeous.
Rican girl. Latin women are like black people. We don't crack.
Like, don't cry.
Exactly.
So, what is it? What do you see the scene going into the future? Like now, you know, you've seen it going from like through the 80s and 90s. How do you see it, and where do you see it going?
Well, from the 80s and the 90s, I see it was much more family orientated, and now the ballrooms are like much more going into the millennium, like a little bit more like separated and diverse. They have like different kind of groups. But you know what? I hope that the ballroom scene can sort of like show the new kids from now how to be family, how to get along with one another, even though if you're black, if she's white, if he's black, if he's blue, it doesn't matter. We are all in the same boat, and we need to all stick together nowadays because this is the time where we need to enjoy our lives and go forward into the future.
And one more thing, what would you want to let the young people know? Like a word of wisdom or hope, something from your experiences. What's one thing you want to let them know?
Well, as a person who's lived a very happy life, the one thing that I would tell people is to always be humble and respect people around you. It's good to hang out with friends and have like a little reading session, but that's not all about life. You need to step out of that. People grow up, people go on. Don't hurt anyone, you know, because live your life and don't live anyone's life, and don't hurt anyone because karma comes back and bites you in the ass. And I'm a very good person to listen to karma because I've never wanted, or it's not my style to ever think of hurting anybody in any other way. As long as they don't come at me the wrong way, there won't be no disrespect. So I think that the young kids of today need to slow down and look at life differently because they're going too fast and they might not be here to see the age that I'm at right now.
Okay. Well, thank you for this. And you, of course, are an inspiration in this ball scene. And, you know, we celebrate you every time you come out. So thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.
You're
I
a
hope you have
beautiful
wonderful
person.
evening.
And
Thank
stay
you.
beautiful and wonderful always.
Thank you.
And I
hope
would
you have a
always have
wonderful
respect
evening.
for you.
Thank you, Luna. I hope you have a wonderful evening, everyone.
You too. Take care. You're
Bye.
watching the Luna Show, and that was Monica Continental Xtravaganza. There's more to come, so keep watching. Say bye, Monica.
Bye.